In the ballroom justice system, voguing-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In ballroom, the dedicated performers who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Legends.
I am the legendary Naima, Mother Melt, Hot Chocolate, Molten Lava, Miyaki Mugler. The category that I walk is Butch Queen, Voguing M. Yeah. So when I first started, before somebody like noticed that they was like, I see you voguing, I had started walking Drags Wilderness. So I walked it like 2 times, like 2.5 times. I got chopped one time and then I got through the other times, but then it was just too much money. So then Clint Cavalli and Brandon Cavalli, that was the house open back then. They saw me at the mall and they was like, I see how you be moving in the club and I see how you be dancing and stuff. You need to vogue. And I was like, I don't want to vogue. Too many people voguing. I don't know. And he was like, no, I see something in you. And then my first label that I was signed on was Boom Records. That's the house of Manola Blahnik. That is now the House of Blahnik now. After things didn't work out with the label and the management, and also my father was like, the CEO of the company and stuff. It was just like, I had to just branch off and it's kind of like how Beyonce, when she left Matthew and then she went with Tina. It's kind of like, both of my parents, one of my parents is a Blahnik, the other one's a Mugler. So it gave, all right, Matthew, Dad, love down. Let's see what Mama can do. I am currently in the iconic Hall of Fame Blueprint House of Miyaki Mugler. I joined the House of Miyaki Mugler in 2010 MLK weekend in Atlanta, Georgia.
10 years now?
Yes, I've been signed on the label for 10 years. I was deemed legendary Labor Day weekend of 2017 by the iconic pioneer Andre Mizrahi.
But this bitch, she don't go the same way. She got her own shit. Naima Mugler, bitch? No, you didn't know that bitch. I don't know if you did hear that, but you did try. You heard that. I remember what day you go. I said, you so cold. You had 9 bitches. So clap that bitch. Clap that I think for me, what makes me not want to walk as much, or what they need to switch up, is stop rushing these categories. Stop doing this 2x2 shit and all this other stuff. We're legends in the category for a certain reason. And I feel like that's disrespectful to me, to where I have to do 2x2 and I'm legendary. Where's my intro? Where's my grand entrance? I put in the time and in the credentials and I'm doing a 2x2. No, like, okay, cut that out. My favorite element is catwalk and then also dips. My favorite effect would definitely have to be
from my hot #1 summer deluxe album, Chocolate Diamonds. It was dropped in 2013. Yeah, it was the latex ball 2013. That was actually my first time actually walking a latex ball. So, and yeah, I had the thigh high gold boot on and had the chocolate color leotard when it just embellished. And that idea actually came from Beyonce when I think she was singing Speechless when she was on the lip. It was like that embellished red lip, and she had like this embellished leotard, and it was just, and that's where like a lot of my looks are inspired from Beyonce and Stasha. Okay, so the melt. You want to know like the breakdown of the melt, like what is the melt? So the melt is basically, a lot of people think that the melt is the dip. The melt is the dip is the signature, the closure of it. But the melt is the whole flow, the whole energy, the whole vibe of what you give it in the presentation, and the exaggeration, and not the so get back up so quick and rush it, taking your time, just you just feeling yourself out. It's like you just letting it just, and like I said, it's more so in the chorus. A lot of people think it is the dip, when they see the all of that. To me, those are like the rollouts or a sprout. Like you sprouting out from and you splashing it out. But the melt is the whole thing, but it's also, the dip is definitely the closing signature. So for anybody else who wants to know, from Queen Meltandra, you heard it first. That's what the melt is. And you also can watch my signature melt moves right over here. Both of them, they're gonna have it really, really, really hard. And the reason why is because their classroom is super, super big now. And then two, with social media, with me, when I was coming up, it was like we had social media, but you didn't have social media to where the girls was watching each other or looking at each other's lyrics. Lyrics is, another metaphorical word for like you're voguing. So the girls now, everybody is going to YouTube or looking at phones and looking at clips. And it's not saying there's something wrong with that, because you have some people who can't actually learn from people. So they look at YouTube or they look at stuff, or look at clips to study the Vogue. But for the Vogue films, it's going to be a lot harder to find the valedictorians and, the 5-star students, because it's so many more of them now. And then two, they don't get their 10s. I am rooting for Vogue films to get their 10s. Y'all need to come together and stop them from doing this 2x2 shit. It doesn't highlight you guys to showcase your talent, to warm you up, to get you guys out there. Because nobody wants to just go out there and just battle. Like, if of course, if it's a lot, it is what it is. But that's not fair to them, because everybody paid their money to get in. Everybody wants to showcase their talent. They want to showcase or debut a new move that they might want to do. And, get the girls up, get the room up. But yeah, that's my state at with Butch Queen Vogue film right now. The judges panel for me in 2020, it needs to switch up. I feel like the representations that they have from these leaders, from the houses, we have like almost 1 to 2 different decades of new legends and leaders and respectable people that are not only still connected with the old community, but still connected with the new also. So a lot of these people who they use on these judges panel, the new girls don't even know who a lot of these people are. So they look at the new people who are legends to them, and they see us and they be like, okay, well, who's that up there? Why aren't you up there? Because I've heard it been asked to me, and it's like, it all still choose on who chooses to pick the ball, or whoever they choose to judge for the house. But they definitely need to switch the category. The judges panel across the board for all houses, because every house has respectable people that they can use to be a leader with class, or however you guys do it, and give their opinion and how they say so. It's like you'll get back to like, I'm legend for this category. Well, let me sit up here and judge a ball and represent for my house, to give back what I feel my opinion is for what I want to judge and see as well.
This is not the old way.
Well, that whole phase, that was like a phase. I'm gonna say, but I'm not afraid to like if a bitch wanna lock her room, we can. But I kind of like stopped doing that as much because I noticed for me, different people will always say that because of what my Vogue gives off, I could just go in one spot and still command all the attention into my performance from what I give. Instead of, because every time when I touch somebody, anytime when I touch somebody, I always lose. I always get mad. Never fails. But it was okay. I had to learn that from the experience from doing it on the floor. But that was just a phase. But I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with a little cat fight. I mean, yeah, but no more snatching the girls because now the girls is gluing they shit. And I know if a bitch nowadays, if you snatching, you know, no. But the wig snatching days, that's all out. But if it falls off, it's all systems go. This is just my opinion. I know when I came in the ballroom was like, it would carry on into the next morning. Like if the time frames, I think balls should be a little bit more longer. Everything's a little bit more rushed now. And it still just doesn't, because you don't even see as many productions as in this generation before, like back then, because everything is so pushed forward, so pushed forward, so pushed forward, so pushed forward. I think it's just like you need to secure a time where you know logistically, let's say if you want to do a ball and you know it's going to be, hey, we're going to be in here 6 to 10 hours, 6 to 8 hours. Hey, you have those participants that will be there and do that. And I don't know, I just feel like ballroom now is so more focused on the dollar. Oh, and another thing too, I feel like the dollar amount too is pushing people back from not really coming out and showcasing, because you had a lot more people, especially like in the Kiki scene, where they'll go off for $150 or $200, but now girls is feeling to the point to where they're not coming out or presenting themselves for less than like $500 to $1,000. But I mean, and I get the looks. You have to put money into the looks to get it back. But then also, this is ballroom, so it's all about the win and the moments and the creativity and stuff that people can remember forever. The dollar amount goes to you, but the people who was watching it, they're trying to remember the memory and the moments and what you brought to them. What's going on, everybody? This is Mother Melt, legendary Queen Meltandra, the Meltopian Queen. This is Naima Mugler, and you are watching the Vogue Tip.